Kisumu munasema mko tayari? Na sisi UDA tuko tayari. Na tutafanya kazi na ODM tutengeneze serikali ya kwenda mbele. Munasema mtatuunga mkono? Munanipatia ruhusa niongee na Oburu Oginga, niongee na ODM? Munanipatia ruhusa? Hebu nione wala wanasema munanipatia ruhusa tuunde serikali.
Rais wao wasikutishe au wengine wasikutishe. Wanasema hao ni wengi, wanatoka kwa kabila kubwa. Wewe rais na watu wa hapa na watu wa Western Kenya, sisi zote tulitoka Sudan tukapitia Uganda, na wewe ni mjukuu wa Sinakuru Kukulubanga wa Dogna. Kwa hivyo kama wanakutisha ati wanatoka kwa kabila kubwa, hata wewe uko na jamii kubwa. Hiyo ikiongezwa na hii bidii unafanya, ikiongezwa na upendo ile unaonyesha wa Kenya wote, ni 2 terms ama si 2 terms?
Mimi naona wale jamaa ati wanataka kupanga seminar, ati wamepanga workshop, ati wamepanga retreat, ati waende waongee, sijui wataenda kuongea candidate, sijui wataenda kuongea nini. Mimi nawaambia wale jamaa, tafuteni sera, tafuteni maono, tafuteni agenda. Hawa wananchi wanataka kujua agenda yao ni kitu gani.
We have been doing a lot in the Nyanza during the this weekend actually. Kumekuwa na vitu mingi zimekuwa happen pale Nyanza, Kisii, Kisumu, and people have been walking around with Ruto, the MPs under the ODM flag, promising that they are going to work together, yeah. But as this is going on, PA in ODM itself is not a well arranged house, as much as Ruto amekuwa akipromise watu that they are going to work together. The ODM house itself, during the previous video ambayo tulishare hapo, we see vile ODM is in chaos. We have Babu Owino on the team, like the Secretary General Sifuna, Madam Winnie Odinga, and the rest coming together as a team, together with James Orengo, to say no to Mr. Oburu Odinga as the party leader. But currently now Ruto is saying that we are going to have a merger with ODM in come 2027 elections, and possibly they are trying to make like a grand coalition for these two parties and maybe other parties, because Oburu Odinga pia amekuanga akisema that we are going to talk with the like-minded people.
To the people of Kenya who rely on this party to expose and espouse the issues of justice for the country. This party is built on a very strong foundation. It is not a party reja kama zingine ambazo zinaletwa wakati wa uchaguzi, zinakuja na zinaenda. Kwa sababu zinaletwa tu kwa sababu kuna watu wanataka kupata pesa hapo na pale, kusanya pesa. Alafu uchaguzi ikiisha zinaletwa kwa mfuko. Hii chama yetu is not like that. We have decided as a party to move on. Our party leader Raila Amolo Odinga left us in a broad-based government arrangement. This broad-based government arrangement is up to 2027. We are going to continue in this broad-based arrangement. But as we continue in this broad-based arrangement, as a party, we cannot just sleep saying we are waiting for 2027. And you all know that 2027 is an election year. It is a year where we have to go for election. And when we go for election, we must prepare. We cannot just go empty-handed that we have not prepared. That is why, in their wisdom, the Central Committee of the party sat down and gave me a mandate to start negotiations with like-minded parties, starting with our current partners.
This is a little bit funny because somebody said that Raila Amolo Odinga didn't speak to people. He always let people speak to him. People came to look for Raila. Raila did not go to look for people. And so it's a little bit chaotic. We don't know how it will go for Babu Owino and his own team happening that they are deep people in the ODM flag, and this time around they are saying no to the old generation, they need new people. Babu Wino naye anasema I am the party leader. In the previous video yenye tulishare, we see how Babu Wino amekuwa vibrant on the ground saying I am the party leader, I am the party leader, and we should go to the NDC. So NDC at all coming to happen, my friend, I think kuna wase wengi watu will lose, and I think ODM will split it too, because hata video ding is on this part of Akina Sifuna and Babu Wino, James Orengo is on this part, and it has been said also that maybe there was a time Ruto ametuma wase kuongea na James Orengo, sijui the fruits of that. Yeah. Pia tunaona the old man himself Mr. Oburu Odinga anashikilia kiti, alisema if ODM haitapata any candidate mwenye watasoma naye, then he's the one who will be able to raise the flag of ODM for the presidency. The man to go to state house is him come 2027. I don't know about this race of presidency. Is this just running about and talking politics, or saying I'm gonna run to be the president of the Republic of Kenya as a sure person that if I take this baton I'm going to run and I'm going to win? Or is just saying that I will be seated on the campaigns of the flag bearer of ODM party? Nah, we are just playing around just as a flag bearer, because I believe if you are at all coming up as the candidate of any party, unafaa kuwa sure that you're going to win these elections. Maybe that's just my thoughts, yeah. So Oburu Odinga pia alisema that they are going to work with the current, starting with the current party yenye wana work now, which is UDA. All of us tunajua it is UDA that they are working with towards what? Towards coming together for the 2027 elections. Sio mbaya pia. But moving forward to those politics, ambapo pia tumeona Emily Wanga amekuwa so much vibrant.
Hakuna siku hata moja tutasambaratisha chama cha ODM. Na chama cha ODM haina bei. Hakuna mtu anaweza kuuza ama kununua chama cha ODM, kwa sababu chama cha ODM ni chama cha wananchi, ni chama chenu nyinyi. Sisi tumerudi kuuliza swali, na swali ni hivi. Swali ya kwanza, wangapi wanakubali ya kwamba tuendelee na kiongozi wetu party leader akuwe Dr. Oburu Oginga? Wacha nione kwa mkono.
Chamani, na wangapi wana support Dr. Oburu Oginga kama party leader? Wangapi wanasema Gladys Wanga tocha? Wangapi dandora mnakaribisha Gladys Wanga?
The only thing ambayo inani make so much worried about this team, the team of the old generation, because that's how we'll call it, apart from Simbarati, which is a little bit young, most of the people in this team, like in Oburu Odinga, we have Oburu Odinga, we have Emily Wanga, we have most of them are older people who are with them. And even time yenye Ruto alikuwa Kisumu, the governor of Kisumu himself was not there. Mr. Anyang' Nyong'o, he sent his deputy. And Anyang' Nyong'o have been silent of late. The only person that we know is against Oburu Odinga and the team is none other than the Chancellor, Mr. James Orengo, the governor for Siaya County. Moving ahead. Now, this matters politics for 2027 inaweza kuwa tricky kidogo, kwa sababu another person, Owalo, pia came on stage and he has been talking to people about him vying for presidency 2027. Na mahojiano yake na Jeff Koinange during the Sunday Live, he declared very well that he has a great ambition for the nation of Kenya, for the people of Kenya.
I'm somebody who delivers in whatever mandate I'm given. I'd already cut an edge in the market as one of Africa's most sought after strategists. So I'd already, based on performance, gotten a competitive edge in that space. When I joined the public sector CSICT, I found a more or less moribund ministry, and I elevated it to the center of everything in government. At that point in time, I embarked on rolling out of the fiber to those parts of Kenya that hitherto had not been connected, setting up digital hubs, establishing Wi-Fi hotspots, just to mention but a few. Digitalization of government services. When I joined the government, we only had 350 services on the digital platform. By the time I left that ministry, we had already digitalized over 20,000 government services, which actually eliminated the physical interaction between Kenyans, members of the public and public officers. And that is one of the ways through which we elevate corruption. Now, when I was appointed the Deputy Chief of Staff, first of all, I was responsible for performance and delivery management. Again, I found a performance management framework that was virtually dead. I re-engineered it. I brought back to life performance appraisal, performance contracting. And it was at the center of performance in government, delivery of government programs and individuals who are now being held accountable by way of results, as opposed to just going to the office day in, day out and waiting for salary at the end of the month. In the delivery function, when I went in there, it was the period just immediately after the Gen Z riots. And if you remember, one of the reasons why the Gen Z uprising came up was because they felt that the government was doing nothing. I again re-engineered that space, and Kenyans at least were now able to see what government programs were in the pipeline. So my track record, by and large, speaks for itself. I'm a performer, I'm a results-oriented person, I'm a go-getter, and I deliver on any mandate that is assigned. I'm somebody who is very courageous, very decisive. Once I take a decision, I go the full hog. And I'll give you a few examples in the past. In the year 2019, when I decided to run for the Kibra parliamentary seat, I did it on an ANC ticket. Everybody thought that was an ODM, an ODM vote, and it was not possible for anybody else to venture in Kibra on a different party ticket. And I went and did it. In 2019, despite the fact that I came from Nyanza and the whole of Nyanza was behind the Azimio presidential candidate, I went and stood with Ruto. So I'm somebody who is a risk taker, somebody who is very decisive. I take time and I consult widely before I arrive at decisions. But when I do so without fear. I really want to form a coalition of like minds with a view to addressing the fundamental challenges facing the ordinary Kenyans. I will not be part of an arrangement where politicians come together for purposes of convenience, putting together ethnic enclaves or conglomerates for purposes of winning elections and sharing power. And that is one of the reasons why actually I've walked out of this government, because we are back to where we were in 2019. I did state when I joined Ruto in 2019 that I was uncomfortable with a situation where a few families were deciding the destiny of this country. Today, William Ruto is back to those same families. You see him rushing to Uhuru Kenyatta, You see him hoping to Kabarak, to seek the support of Gideon Moi. Just a few days ago, he was saying he needs to negotiate with Oburu Odinga. Where are the Kenyan people? At what point in time did we lose the people? Because in 2019, we did say that we wanted to form a government of Mama Mboga and Boda riders, isn't it?
Yes.
Where are they today? We are now back to where we were. The same situation that I did not subscribe to in 2019 is where we find ourselves today. We are not with the people anymore. At this point in time, if we were honest with Kenyans, we would be going back to the counties where we held those stakeholder forums. You remember? That was the genesis of our bottom-up economic agenda. But today, all that is lost. Nobody is going back to the counties where we held the stakeholder forum to give our report card to the people. If that means we took the people for granted. Kalonzo was one of the co-principals. So was Wetangula. So I've worked with him before.
And you have no problem?
I don't have a problem working with Kalonzo so long as we are pursuing this agenda, serving the interests of the common man. Sort out the punitive taxation regime. We have got a tax regime that is not enabling to the business community, that is punitive to individual taxpayers. So immediately I get into office, I will bring down income tax from 35% to 20%. I will bring down VAT from 16% to 10%. I will do away with digital tax. I will make sure that we have got a corporate tax that is predictable. Perhaps rationalize it at an optimal level of about 5% and make sure that it is stable at that level for about 5 years. One of the questions that one would ask me is, if you cut down the level of taxation, where are you going to get the money to run operations of government? And the answer is simple. Out of a possible 35 million Kenyans who can possibly pay tax, only 9 million are eligible to pay tax.
Correct.
Because they are the only ones with the disposable income. So, from where I sit, what I will do is to re-engineer the value chains, at the grassroots where you have got the youth, the women, the Juakali sector, domiciled, push money there to those functions. Bring in more people to the income bracket. By extension, you are going to put some disposable income in the hands of the people. And this will actually bring them into the tax bracket. You will be able, if not to maintain the current level of taxation, bring down the level of taxation, and still collect enough domestic revenues to finance both your recurrent and development. One of the reasons why Kenyans are both angry and hungry. You cannot put taxes at that level and let Kenyans live a decent life. As we speak today, 40% of Kenyans are living below the poverty line. Yeah? Based on the same factors of unpalatable tax regime.
The reason why he separated with Ruto is because Ruto forsake the things that he promised people in the year 2022, and then he came up with other things without even trying to fulfill the first things. Yeah, and after saying so, he said that there are many things. Actually, he's among the people who is promising that he's going to make sure we have free primary education and free secondary education, if it is possible. But we believe it is possible. When the Member of Parliament, Mr. Ndindi Nyoro, alisema that in his constituency, people are going to study, the day secondary schools are going to be almost free. Nasema almost free kwa sababu is 500 shillings per term uni, almost free. Yeah, and it acted in my mind that then if this is a member of parliament stating this, then if the national government is serious with education, then we can also have free education in the entire nation from primary to secondary. Primary level, the former president Kibaki alijaribu sana, and it was free primary education. Actually, it was free. The students were being given books, the students were being given pens, the students were being given a geometric set, and it was free. No payment of school fees. Yeah, and that was happening. So I believe if at all the government will work, and vile tu Owalo anasema if at all some loopholes of corruption zimezibwa kabisa, we can have a lot of funds to help us bring free education from primary to secondary. Another thing that he said is that he's going to make sure that we have free health in public hospitals. But these are just promises, because we've seen many people promising things during their campaigns. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Finally, akisit on that throne, maybe your throne inakuanga na shida kwa sababu number one is that any single person mwenye amesit on that throne with promises, they most likely they are not going to accomplish their promises. Maybe they go there alafu kashetani kanawashika. We don't know about that. But as we continue with the Owalo's discussion, alisema vitu mingi sana, and the things zenye amekuwa able to accomplish working under Ruto, working as the campaign manager for Raila in the year 2013. They lost, and he's also among the people who were campaigning for Ruto for the year 2022, and he's trying to brag himself as somebody who really succeeded and succeeds in everything that he does. But I don't know about the presidency, because he said that if he will find any single person ready to work with him come 2027 who are like-minded, he's willing to support such kind of a person until the end of 2027. These are the things zenye zimekuanga zikioka in this nation the last few days. Na pia the other end ya kina Matiang'i pia they are preparing, and we've seen Ruto pia amekuanga kiwachongoa hapa na pale. Wako na retreat, wako na workshops, sijui nini. What are they good? They don't have agenda on they don't have agenda, they don't have manifesto. But we need to check on everything. If at all this issue of one term iko kitu serious, then the people who are standing against Ruto must be very serious people. Why? Because Ruto is really serious about himself remaining as the president of the nation of Kenya. And if anybody else want to stand for presidency and the state house, my friend, he must be very serious about his ideas, about Vilata campaign. Owalo was being asked how much he is worth. He said 1 billion, and he was being told that to campaign for presidency in Kenya, he needs 5 to 10 billion Kenya shillings. That's a lot and a lot and a lot of money. And he was saying that well-wishers might help. Yeah, people will come through for him. Yeah. So campaigns always eat a lot of money, not just for presidency, even for the governors, for the senators, for the members of parliament. Any campaign always eats a lot of money, kwa sababu hapa hivi Kenya tunajua mkono mtupu haulambwi. That's the notion that our the public, the citizens of Kenya wako nayo, that mkono mtupu haulambwi. Come empty handed, we will never vote for you. But if some people even buy votes, that means that lazima ukuwe na do, lazima ukuwe na pesa, and that's what have been happening in our nation recently. Wrangles zenye zimekuwa ODM ni mingi. We are waiting for the NDC, and we believe the best candidate will be the party leader of ODM. With all these things zenye zimekuwa ziki happen, we believe that come 2027 we'll have the best candidate. Let us not choose somebody kwa sababu pesa yenye ako nayo. I believe so. That's what we want. We need somebody mwenye will stand for Kenyans. As a president, he will stand for Kenya. He will do things for Kenyans. He will be able to react when Kenyans are reacting. He will be able to change things where change is needed. And he will be able to block zile mashimo za corruption zimekuwa, as Owalo have been saying. I don't know how far we can go with such kind of people. I don't know how many more candidates will come out for this presidential race in the year 2027. I don't know if Wajakoya will return, with these bangi manenos and all the other things that he said. And we don't know about Abdu Badida with this third party alliance, and also and so on and so forth. There are many people might come up actually. We also don't know if Matiang'i and Maraga, they are going to join hands and actually form a coalition with the other party, the other members of the opposition, or they are just going to run single-handedly. All the same, let us wish for the best come 2027. And as these people are going on, me, what I know is that hakuna kitu hao wase wana promise that they always make to happen. They always just say things so that we may give them our voice. After that, karash. Maisha inasonga mbele, and let life go on. In Oburu's statement, he said that Babu Owino, no, not Oburu's statement. If you watch the previous video that we posted on YouTube, we had Mr. Junet Mohamed. He said that Mr. Oburu Odinga is the candidate, and he's the party leader. Actually, he's the party leader of ODM, and he was asked, what if Babu Owino wins the election at the NDC? And they said he doesn't even think Babu Owino will win. He said that Babu Owino cannot win. He knows the party, and he knows that Babu Owino cannot win. He only said that Babu Owino's place is to be the governor of Nairobi and not to become the party leader of ODM. Okay, well, those and many more say, let us wish for the best for all these people running for different seats, okay? My name is Taniko, kama kawa kama dawa, and this Sheffield TV. Please subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. As we always say, I am your amigo. Ciao.